I think we've already heard about the children. Ronnie, the firstborn. Kenny was the first caboose. Randy was the second caboose. And then Barry became the caboose of the cabooses. As we children have reflected over the lives of our parents, we've had so many memories flooding in, it's difficult to try to condense them. But it was Donna who came up with this little theme, which we have used in our program tonight. We believe their 50 years have been characterized by faith, family, and filet gumbo. Perhaps the most remarkable characteristic of our parents that we children could remember is their outstanding commitment to Christ that has already been referred to here tonight. This commitment influenced them in many ways, and it certainly influenced all of our lives in many ways. It affected their priorities. For some strange reason, my parents felt like they had to be in church every time the doors opened. Sunday school, Sunday morning, Sunday evening, Wednesday night prayer meeting, every revival service, daily vacation Bible school. Any time else the door was open, they felt like they needed to be there. We kids wondered why our parents couldn't sort of get their religion out of their system with one service a week like other normal human beings. But they didn't. And in addition, although we occasionally went to the city park, my parents felt like it was more important to go to camp meeting than to go to Six Flags or whatever other places they had back in those days. And some of my earliest memories are Mama getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and frying a chicken so we could drive to DeRidder or Mobile, Alabama or somewhere else to go to camp meeting. This commitment also influenced their personal lives. No meal was ever served in our family without a blessing being prayed over it. Before we went to bed each evening, the Bible was read. Everybody got out on their knees and offered a brief prayer. Although they never made any kind of ostentatious display of it, every morning, my parents, both of them, would get up and get out on their knees and pray. Even at 5 o'clock in the morning when we'd get up to go hunting, Daddy would make us get on our knees and pray before we went hunting. I don't know if he was asking the Lord to bless him to help him kill a deer or not. Many times during the night, we would often awake to hear our mother in the living room quietly praying about things that troubled her heart. This personal commitment to Christ also affected their character and morals. The Bible says, "Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth." And in the 45 years I've personally known my parents, I've never heard one single time have I heard a curse word or a shady joke or any other kind of ungodly communication coming out of their mouth. One of the 10 Commandments says, "Honor the Sabbath day and keep it holy." My parents believed that this commandment applied to the way we observe the Sunday. And as much as Daddy loved to hunt and fish, he never even considered doing those things on Sunday. In addition, as much as they needed money over the years, Daddy always refused to work on Sunday, even though it meant double time, sometimes even more than that, except in an emergency situation. If there was a true emergency, he would grab his boots and go. But if it was just an option, he felt like going to church with his family was more important than making a few extra dollars. It was their Christian commitment which gave them made them such compassionate people. There's no more giving person in the world than my mother, and that's been pointed out here tonight. She never had much, but she would save and scrimp and scrape together so she could give it away. And Daddy also has gotten out of bed many, many a time to go pull somebody out of a ditch or help them in some other way. And when people tried to pay him for it, he always felt insulted. So that's what neighbors are for. All families have disagreements and misunderstandings at times, but my parents were very quick to forgive their relatives, their children, and others. I remember many years ago, someone offended my dad some way or other. I don't remember the details, but one of his friends advised him, said, "Carl, If I were you, I'd just lay down that religion for a few minutes and I'd teach that fella a lesson. Well, I never saw my daddy lay down his religion for that or any other purpose. They were loving and forgiving people. I believe that Christianity has also affected their work ethic. They're no too harder working people on Roe Gully than our parents. They believe whatever was worth doing well. Mama always started early and worked late. And Daddy always took his job seriously at 2, sometimes working long hours of overtime. And if that wasn't enough, there were plenty of cows to feed and other things to do around there. Although we did do a lot of hunting and fishing, I can only remember my daddy playing ball with me one time. And I can only remember him taking me swimming one time. He believed that real satisfaction in the world does not come from recreation, but it comes from the joy of doing a job very well. Our parents have passed along that same work ethic to us children as well. And I must confess that I'm a whole lot like that myself. Most of us have had fairly successful careers. Ronnie has climbed the IBM corporate ladder very quickly. As has been said, Kenny is a manager of a meat market. Randy made captain in the fire department in 2.5 years. Where do these people get this success, this determination in work? It's from their parents, and they saw illustrated all their life. Somewhere near the heart of Christianity is honesty. Jesus said, "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." My parents have been characterized by honesty, perhaps better than anything else. When the insurance company paid too much of a refund, they sent the money back. When my mother discovered that the cashier had given her too much change, she drove back to the store to give them the extra money, even if it was a quarter. When I personally started feeling guilty a few years ago because I stole a plum from Child's grocery store on Bolton Avenue, my mama helped me write a letter to them and send them a dime so that my conscience could be free. Today, I don't think any of us kids are heavily in debt because we learned by example to pay our bills. Whenever they made a promise, they always kept it. Whenever they gave their word, they always fulfilled it. The only time we can remember Mama failing to keep her word was when she declared emphatically she would never fly an airplane. But she did. And Daddy was equally as strict in keeping his word, except when he vowed he would never vote for a Republican. But he did.